Hypocrite Podcast. First episode ever.
Hi, I'm Robert Gatsky. My brother Mark Gatsky was just talking to you.
I
And,
could have introduced myself.
fuck you. Alright. So, we're just gonna be doing this podcast, and Mark and I'm gonna look up weird shit to talk about, and Mark and I are just gonna talk about it. And, yeah, it's basically just gonna be a. No, not
A sauce bucket of ideas.
Not pillow talk.
You're fucking gay.
I didn't realize. I thought pillow talk meant something else, and I was gonna say. Yeah, no pillow talk.
Rob,
He's my brother.
We're not
and he's
pillow
a dude.
talking. Fuck off. We don't. Do
I know.
that
I'm
shit.
saying fuck pillow talking, dog.
Alright, but what I'm trying to say is, we're throwing all ideas in the sauce bucket, and we're gonna have a
Yeah.
different
All right. So, what's the name of the YouTube channel, Mark? You talk for a little bit. I'm gonna see if we're streaming.
All right. As I already said.
What's one?
What?
YouTube channel.
The name?
Yeah.
I already said the Hypocrite Podcast.
No, what are we streaming on?
Oh, this. Alright, yeah. I gotta explain that situation. I'm a total dumbass. The situation is, right now we are on the Old Gnome OSRS YouTube channel. And obviously this is a podcast titled The Hypocrite Podcast, which is on the YouTube channel of said Hypocrite Podcast. It's a fucking new YouTube channel that is less than like 24 years old. 24 hours old, so it has to have some sort of waiting time, and I have to wait for that 24 hours after verifying the account, which literally just happened a couple minutes ago, or I should probably say like an hour or two ago.
Pause it.
What are you talking about? Pause it. We're going full bore in this bitch.
We gotta get closer.
What do you mean, get closer?
We gotta get closer to the microphone.
Uh-oh, guys.
It just fucking fell. Oh.
God.
Sorry for the ear rape, dogs.
This is a disaster. Alright.
Yeah, and
sorry for anybody that was listening with headphones, if there's anyone even listening to begin with.
And we understand it sounds horrible. Do you hear that in the background? Just deal with it. Mark and I are gonna get better equipment if you guys like us. Like, obviously you listen to some people that are bad, but they have bad technology. Oh fuck, this shit's falling.
This right here is literally just the foundation.
Foundation.
This right here is basically the asshole end of the whole operation. You gotta look at it from a whole different perspective than just a front forward view, because this right here is the ass end working its way up to the fucking tip, and the channel itself literally just started. Literally, we're not even on the channel right now. That's how fucking new it is. So yeah, you just gotta be patient. And what are you fucking with the wires down there?
Gotta make it a little louder.
No, we don't, Rob.
Yes, we do. I'm listening to it right now on my phone.
Rob, you literally probably just had the volume like so low on your phone.
All right, so let's first talk about me and Mark for a little bit. Mark and I, and my brother Timothy, and even Kyle, we all like this game called RuneScape, and Mark will introduce RuneScape to you guys.
Well, back in the day, people thought it was called RuneScape because they used to have the title put out in one line saying RuneScape, and there was no like fucking capital S or some shit signifying there's another word in there. It literally just went an all in one word, and everybody would make fun of it. So yeah, they put a sword through it in like the old school title or whatever, and they signified the two splits. But RuneScape itself, I'm getting fucking sidetracked. RuneScape itself is a MMORPG where you basically go around in this like crazy medieval world, and you fucking get these skills up. You can do certain like skills. You can do crafting, you can attack shit, you can kill bosses, you can get loot, you have your own bank, you get different game modes. A whole bunch of crazy shit can go down. You can really do a whole bunch of quests if you feel like it. If you're a fucking psychopath, you can do quests. I'm not about that because it basically just gives me headaches. But yeah, there are people out there that like that shit. I might not be about it. But that's just the game, you know. There's a whole bunch of shit the game's been going for like what? I think not 15 years. It's somewhere around there.
21,
It's somewhere
like 18
around there.
years.
Yeah, it's like, no, it's 20 years.
Mark, talk about Iron Man now.
Iron Man mode? Alright, well, Iron Man mode. A normal account, they have an inventory, and the inventory holds 28 spaces, and they have banks. An Iron Man, they have the access to the inventory, the whole 28 spaces, and the bank, but they cannot trade other players. I forgot to mention. Normal accounts can trade other players. Iron Man can't do that. Hardcore Iron Man, which is another game mode on there, it's basically the same as an Iron Man where you can't trade any players. You're basically playing a solo game mode in a multiplayer game. And what you gotta do is not die on the hardcore. You have one life, and if you die, your status gets revoked down to a normal Iron Man. And on RuneScape 3, if you are a hardcore, your account goes bye bye, locked. You do get three, what's it called? Like passes. You get like little friggin' like you buy these things with real life money. I'm pretty sure, and it gives you a pass. If you die, you basically have a safe account for in case you DC, which is pretty. I guess it's okay for having the punishment or consequence, I should say, of having your account gone forever. The only thing that's left of your account is the high scores, which is pretty fucked. If you're per se someone that maxed out an account, you're like, oh dude, I'm flexing for like a whole year straight. Next thing you know, you die and you run out of those passes and you're just sitting there and your heart stops and you're like, whoa, I don't know what to do with myself. I literally just wasted that much amount of my life. Gone, down the toilet. That's literally happened to people. There's also another game mode out there called Ultimate Iron Man, and Ultimate Iron Man is basically a normal Iron Man, but can't use a bank. So you can't trade any players and you can't access your bank. So you only have access to that whole 28 inventory spaces for any sort of slot. You also have access to an item called the looting bag, which gives you an extra 28 spaces. And you can, in the play around house, which is you get during the construction skill, any account has access to, you can make the little storage spots, like a little toy box for like clue scroll items or treasure chests and stuff like that. You can get dresses for clothes, change all that shit. Yeah, shit's pretty lit. You can basically use that as your bank on the Ultimate Iron Man, and that's basically the challenge. It's one of the most ultimate challenges out there for RuneScape because it's pretty fucked. There's only like maybe 20 people that's maxed out in an account, and there's maybe 2 people I think, or 2 or 3 people that hit like the 1 billion experience mark on the high scoreboard. So yeah, it's a pretty tough shit to do.
Mind you, 1 million experience. Like once you first get that on account, you're gonna be like, whoa, that was kind of gnarly. Getting that, you have to get 1 million 1,000 times. Like to get a billion experience, that's like next level fuckery.
And the fucked up people that go all the way and get max experience in all 23 skills, which would be 200 million experience in each skill. Now, mind you, getting a 99 takes 13 million experience to get, which, depending on the skill, could take you from 50 hours to, God knows, 750 hours to get a single 99 with efficient, continuous gameplay that much time. So yeah, it is pretty fucked to get 200 million experience in one single skill, even if it is one of these slowest skills, in my opinion, Slayer. Getting that to 200 million experience is completely fucked.
And like Link's Titan and Hey Jace, they got 200 million every single one of the 23 skills.
They're the only old school RuneScape players to do so. On any account game mode, they're the only ones to completely max out the skills and experience wise. I don't know if they've completed like literally everything, like the achievement diaries and shit like that in the quest. I know Hey Jace completed every single achievement diary and completed every quest, but he said he had some other shit he had to do. No, yeah, what Hey Jace is doing, he is collecting every single pet in the game. I'm pretty sure he's already got every single skilling pet. He's just going after the bosses now, which is pretty fucking crazy. And he has every single one of his skills that he maxed out in less than rank 100.
Ever.
Yeah, he's the first one to do it. Link's Titan, yeah, he was the first one to max out his account. Did so back in December of 2018. It is now currently August of 2019 when Hey Jace did his shit. Link's Titan did that, and he had one skill that was above a rank 100. And yes, it was not a perfect go. What Hey Jace did was a little bit more perfect. Just took him a little bit more time, but it looks more clean, and it's like that for fucking eternity. It's pretty fucking swag, in my opinion.
Mark just said swag.
You gotta fucking throw one of them curveballs at the audience so they're just like, whoa, what did he just say? And it just catches their attention.
Keep their toes in line and be like, yeah.
Yeah, make their hair stand up. What are you doing? Cringing. Cringing like singeing.
Fish.
Rob.
Okay, the quality's a little quiet, but it's not that bad if we talk a little louder.
This right here is first podcast bib. This right here, we gotta get better microphone quality.
Yes, I agree. But okay, so Mark, we're kicking off the night. I'm asking Mark a question, and he's gonna give me an answer. And I know this is gonna be a hot topic for Mark. He's gonna have his own personal stance.
You say hot topic?
Yeah.
Like the clothing store?
Whoa. No, we're not buying band T-shirts. But this is about rap, okay? Mark, he likes Eminem. Okay, well, he likes Eminem. Mark likes Eminem, and he doesn't like mumble rapping at all. I'm not a big fan of mumble rapping, except Playboi Carti, but I treat his voice like an instrument. Anyway, yeah, mumble rap, I like Young Thug. I don't really see what's good about that. Like, I listen, I try, and I can't get it to work.
Young Thug. I can't even tell you one time I listened to a song with the artist named Young Thug in it.
You ever heard of him?
I've heard of him, I've just never listened to a single song that he is in.
Yeah.
Literally. I'm not dissing or anything, I would've just never heard this person rap.
Yeah, Mark likes Eminem, and he'll tell you all about Eminem, like, and Mark's gonna freestyle for us while I beatbox right now.
Fuck that.
Yeah, right now.
Fuck that. You're making a fool of yourself on live podcast right now. And you're also probably making the audience cringe because I'm not gonna be spitting.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how it's going.
So Mark is gonna talk about Eminem though.
Eminem?
Yeah, just like I'll say my top 3 favorite musicians, and you can. My top 3 favorite musicians, music, any genre, is gonna sound cringe as fuck. Frank Ocean, he's a goat, and Mac Miller. Rip Mac Miller, he's the goat, and then Tyler Creator. I like where he's going with his career. I like Tyler Creator. He has a spot in my heart for music. I know he's weird. All right, Mark will say his top 3. He looks mind fucked right now. Actually,
I'm not mind fucked. What I'm doing is trying to throw my stance at Bibby over here. I'm trying to tell Rob that I don't dislike the genre mumble rap. I do to a certain degree, but there are a couple songs I do enjoy that I would only bump though if I was at a party/concert.
Can you name any of them?
I don't actually know the names of said songs, but because I don't listen to them too often, but when they come on, I get my shit going. I get my fucking jigs on my feet.
You just randomly grab a Monster Energy, start chugging.
I just start clearing the table off and just start fucking dancing, and then I clear a whole crowd out. I'm like, alright guys, and then the mosh pit just fucking starts going.
Yeah, just fucking rock someone's shit.
Steal the spotlight.
Yeah. So Mark, what were like dream careers? I want to talk about that because I want to say my stance, okay? But I'll start off. Okay, so I just don't want to have like a normal life when I'm older. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to deal with that. I'm not trying to be another cog in the machine and just going hang out with the boys every night, drinking, being an alcoholic, working 5 days a week, having a boring life. I don't know. I just don't want to wake up, put on a suit, have no facial expression throughout the whole day, just be bored. and come home. I don't want to do
Right.
that shit.
What you do is you see the stereotypical image of some dude that goes to like an office cubicle job and he's sitting there holding his suitcase every single day and he's sitting there and he's sipping his fucking coffee all fucking pissed off and he's fucking
That's what it is. And
Rob,
I don't want to be
Rob.
like that when I'm older. I want to do something cool. Like
I wanna storm Area 51. I wanna go in that
that's a hot
bitch.
topic. I don't know if you can get arrested for saying that. But Mark is gonna talk about Area 51.
I'm not actually storming Area 51. I only do that in my sleep. I only dream of this hypothetical Area 51. But I don't know if they got aliens in that bitch. They do. Probably somewhere in the US. And probably somewhere in Russia. I wouldn't fucking doubt it if aliens visited the Russians. Because the Russians are just crazy fucking bastards. I literally watched a video of this Russian dude. He was just standing on top of this big ass fucking like parking lot building complex. Big ass fucking complex for parking lots. And he's sitting on the roof. And he's like, alright buddy, go. And he fucking, this buddy lights him on fire. And he just fucking runs off the top of this like big ass building. And he does like a fucking gainer into a pile of snow.
This is a work.
This is a Russian at like some fucking like mall, like a parking complex, and he's like speaking Russian. All right. Gets lit on fire. You just see him go.
Russian people are fucking crazy. They can do anything.
They are a different breed.
Russian people. Okay, this is no diss to Russian people. This is, you guys can do anything. You have like this weird genes where no matter what, you could fucking jump into hot coals in a fire and just get out with like little burns and be like, whoa. Then somehow you can start jumping on your knees like the soldiers and like how do you balance? How do you balance being a heavy set guy and like fucking surviving in the wilderness and being able to hop on your knees and go hoopa hoopa?
Yeah, I think it's all genetics. I think it's just all about them how literally they live in winter. They live in fucking winter, Rob. That's what it is.
Crazy.
They have a big ass country, but yet the United States has a bigger population. Maybe it's because
I don't know, dog.
They,
Russia may have a bigger population.
I'm almost positive Russia has half the population America has. It's just Russia's a bigger country, but most of the countries literally snow.
Yeah, like Siberia.
It is completely crazy. I've
And
never
their
been.
nuclear bombs, bro. Russia, like, they dropped the Tsar bomb. They must have done some fuck shit to the atmosphere.
Oh, Rob, they definitely have nuclear testing grounds, like a lot of them that they do out still in fucking Russia. Even look at Chernobyl. I don't even know if they're trying to clean that shit up. I think they just blocked it off. Chernobyl, that shit I don't know if it exploded or what the fuck happened. Some nuclear reactor went south fast, and a whole town in Chernobyl, in Russia, had to evacuate in a matter of like I don't know an hour or so. Like they have to go fast, whole town. And now if you go back there, it's literally like you have to get permission. And you have to get the special like scanner type thing in your hand, and it detects radiation levels. If it goes too far, you're fucked. You're probably gonna get cancer if you would try doing that shit.
Okay, imagine that. So, me and Mark, we're not gonna say like where we live, but we live in a town, and Mark and I just think, you just gotta call and say, yeah, a nuclear reactor nearby has leaked, and now all your kids are gonna be fucked down the line. But you gotta move. Like, because it already does damage by the time you get the call. You're like, ooh.
Imagine being someone that was at Hawaii when you hear that fucking alert go off saying, this is not a drill, there are missiles heading to us or some shit like that from North Korea. And they're just, they're like, oh my god, I'm saying my last goodbyes to my family members. They're calling up people, giving them voicemails. Sketchiest fucking possible like situation to go through.
Yeah,
couldn't imagine.
People gotta be fucking looting, like, I'm not saying I would, but I don't know what I would be in, like, in a post-apocalyptic, whoa.
tongue twister, huh?
Post-apocalyptic world, like, and it's crazy how it can change in like 5 seconds. Like, you just get a text and everyone's like, oh, there's no fucking law now. After you say ballistic missiles are coming towards you, like, people are gonna be like, I gotta protect my family. People are fucking killing each other. Something's gotta happen, and they gotta be like, yeah, well, yeah, you're not guilty of murder because that shit happened. Like, that's the United States. Hawaii.
If the power grid were to go down, and like nobody's got fucking power, per se, Iran or North Korea goes and launches an EMP. All power goes out. Next thing you know, less than a week goes by, people are fucking murdering each other over water. Shit like that would happen. You'd have people beating each other in the head over fucking cans of food, taking everything they got because they're on such low supply. All their food's going bad because the meat that they had was just fucking rotting. So immediately when the power goes out, everyone's cooking up everything they got. Everyone's got no food. That's exactly what would go down if the fucking power went out. That shit would be so fucked. Just imagine that, Rob. Everybody would be going down the streets
in the whole
door
country.
by door, and murdering people for food. The whole country would be like that. In the middle of the country would be even worse because it would just be straight woods.
That's legitimately scary. That's fucked.
Isn't that some shit right there?
Yeah, because that's like realistic. If they could be sending those EMP shit over, and you'd be like, oh, no more RuneScape. My account's not getting maxed. That shit's a goner.
An electromagnetic pulse. That's just fucked. I wonder if they've, like, how they tested that shit without anything going bad. Or maybe when they were testing some shit like that, they have classified documents of stuff like that going south.
Like the space?
Yeah, like an EMP, like, totally having a mishap where, like, it misfires and it, like, sends this weird frequency to, like, the people nearby, and it fucks with their, like, cells and shit like that. Like, this person, he was fucking with a nuclear reactor. This is when they were first coming out or some shit like that. And
was this not in a lab?
He was supposed to follow like some sort of procedure, and he like fucked up royally and missed one step. He had to be like in a hazmat suit, and he wasn't, or some stupid shit when they didn't have certain regulations back in the day. And he just got a stupid dose of radiation. And this guy, he literally had his skin fall off his fucking muscle. And he was still alive. He was inside of like this weird hospital bed, just sitting there for the rest of his life. They were trying to keep him alive to see what the type of effects it would have on the body, so they could study it for science, which is pure torture. But they did that. That literally happened. Isn't that insane?
His skin is falling off his muscle.
Yeah, like he literally, I saw a picture of him, and there was no skin on him. He literally looked like if you were to just have a human with no skin on. Muscle.
So he was literally...
Because of the radiation.
He was living and decomposing.
Yes, he was basically a rotting human that was alive. Because of radiation.
Yeah, but I doubt, like, no one is that torturous. They definitely gave him some anesthesia and studied the effects on the body, not a personality.
They kept him alive for the study of science, for the effect of what radiation does to the human body.
Yeah, they probably didn't keep him awake. They just checked.
Oh, no. He was awake. They were, like, asking him shit, and he was like responding, so they could like know what was happening and what the feeling of was like to the body. That literally went down, Rob. I'm telling you, shit like that happens. Well, at least happened. I don't know if it still fucking goes on, but shit like that is fucked. Yeah.
Like, honestly, with a space program, it could not be a flawless attempt. There's no way that no one has died in space. Well, obviously, other than the Challenger, but they weren't in space.
Rob, the cosmonauts, when Russia was trying to fucking do their shit and get into the space, when they were first sending out their cosmonauts, I think this was like the first dude or whatever they were trying to get back to Earth alive. He was stuck in his little like capsule thing that was coming down to Earth, and he was sending like these radio fucking calls to people that back down at the like headquarters, and they were getting it, and they're basically hearing him screaming, "It's getting wicked hot in here! It's getting wicked hot in here! You bastards! You're trying to kill me! Ah!" and that's basically him coming in the atmosphere and heating up wicked hot, where to the point the thing he was in was a fireball, and he was cooking up on the inside and died on impact.
Oh my.
Isn't that insane? That's how they figured out that shit. The hard way.
Yeah, they say Yuri Gagarin and like this. Maybe he was in the 59, I think. 50, am I right? 59?
I'm not too sure.
But anyway, Yuri Gagarin, they say he was the first human being in space. They say that. I don't know if like successfully gotten down. Yuri Gagarin did like live. So he's probably the first human being that entered space and came back. But I personally believe that there was other people that
100%.
that just got sent in there and they were just like trying to get returned and they were like, fuck.
There's without a doubt at this very moment a lifeless astronaut body just roaming the galaxy with nowhere to go or as a destination.
Do they decompose in space?
I doubt it.
Because they're so like cleaned off.
I think you explode.
Yeah, but what happens to your body?
If it stays completely like preserved, that would be so like insane. That would be fucked. But I'm pretty sure you explode if you take off your helmet or anything. But yeah, that was what they fucking did. I don't know what the Americans were doing. I know the Americans did some fuck shit. The fucking people running the NASA program back in the day were Nazis. Fucking Nazis.
Yeah, because Nazis were the brains of the world.
Yes.
They were just fuckheads.
They were evil bastards. They were burning people in ovens and fucking doing experiments on twins and fucking trying to change people's eye color. They were doing fucked up shit.
Yeah, because they believed they were ruling the world. And Hitler was on so much drugs, he was fucking up, bro. He was like, we're invading Russia. Like, if Hitler didn't invade Russia, the world would be so different. The Cold War would have never happened, and it would have been the United States and Russia teaming together and keeping an eye, and it would have been like a Cold War with Hitler as they grew technology.
We had bombs. We were going to. It was a race to make the first atomic bomb, and
yeah, the Germans the Germans got fucked over after invading Russia in the Battle of Stalingrad. The Germans' fucking army got destroyed, bro, and they basically were screwed. Like, they were successful to a bomb, to a military attack, and we started going in on at the beaches of Normandy, and we stormed. That was where we stormed Omaha Beach.
Normandy was after Stalingrad?
I believe so. Or it was about around the same time, and they were just pooping out soldiers, bro, and they were fucked. Like,
that must be so fucked up to be on Normandy.
Yeah, our neighbor was when we.
He said. You know what our neighbor said?
What?
He witnessed when he got off the boat on Normandy. He witnessed this, like, it was like, I don't know what the exact name for it is, but it was basically a mini tank, and this guy was riding in it, but he was headless. His head was blown off, but his foot was stuck on the pedal, so it was just going in circles, and there's bullets flying everywhere. And what
was it like
said,
protecting them from bullets?
What he said was he was digging a hole in the ground with his hands and in the sand and trying to just like lay there to avoid the bullets because it was just so intense. Now just fucking imagine that. The guy's probably like what, 18 years old?
Yeah, that could have been us. We're born like a way different time where people back then, they were just being sent out to war to fucking die. Now like not to get political or anything, but we're treated like angels compared to back then, and people are still complaining and being like,
well, they can still implement the draft at any moment.
I know, but
like if
everyone's treated as more of an individual now. Back in the day, you were just helping out the society. You were in the Great Depression and shit. You were in World War II.
Make sure that you don't knock it over. I don't want to clean up broken glass.
Continue talk to me.
Well, if what is fucked up about war is that in what's it called? World War I, they used flamethrowers and no, I'm pretty sure they used flamethrowers in World War II, but they banned it after that.
Yeah, because after the Geneva Convention,
they banned chemical weapons, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the Syrian government that was using chemical weapons on their own people
Yeah.
And that there was a resistance, but the resistance were terrorists.
They were called
I'm pretty sure that's how it was going down.
I think they're called White Helmets, the resistance.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were terrorists though.
No. The resistance is normal people going against Bashar al-Assad is I'm pretty sure is the government is the president of Syria, and he's so fucking scumbag, and he's denying it, and he's like, the people are so bad, but the people are people like us trying to rebel against the government because he's fucking so bad. He's dropping shit on his own people.
I wonder if there's still a fucking Ukraine revolution going on right now.
In Ukraine?
Because I remember that shit going on in 2014 back when I was in middle
something
school.
was happening in Ukraine. I forgot.
There was a revolution going on in Ukraine. Literally a revolution, like
in a little part, right?
The whole place. Ukraine is a fucking.
But what were the?
Lviv, Ukraine, but.
Oh yeah, they were trying to get something from back from Russia, right?
They were trying to leave Russia. I'm pretty sure.
No, Ukraine was a country before that. I'm pretty sure.
No.
I'm pretty sure Ukraine.
Oh wait, no, what?
Ukraine was trying to get land back from Russia, like a water.
Russia was trying to get Ukraine, and Ukraine didn't want to be part of that, and then Russia got pissed off.
Yeah, Putin just sent him in.
It was some fucked up shit. 100%.
Wonder how long Putin's been in office. That guy's a fuckhead.
He's been in office for about going on 10 years, maybe a little bit more than 10 years. I'm not exactly too sure.
I wonder what Russia has been hiding, like what they've done.
They definitely have some fucked up shit. I almost guarantee you they got fucking aliens. They gotta.
Russia?
Literally, because aliens gotta fucking exist. If there's so many galaxies out there, countless galaxies, and we're the only galaxy to have life, fucking get out of here. No way. So, the fact that it is possible aliens visited, why wouldn't they go visit one of the fucking biggest land masses there are, Russia, and go see what's good? Especially since it's so fucking cold. You never know what kind of fucking aliens would show up. Maybe the cold is hot to them and hot is cold to them. You never know.
Yeah, or like aliens are not used to like an atmosphere so warm they developed in like a colder area. I can definitely see them just fucking living in sub-zero Siberia. I that's like sci-fi shit.
Yeah.
Siberia, like where
Definitely.
it's like Antarctica, like shit.
It's like a fucking different planet.
It's crazy because if aliens are real, like you know how when we find a new species of animals, we're like, whoa. If we find aliens in their planet, we're seeing like a whole food chain to the max of just crazy shit.
Rob, the fucking ocean is literally like an alien world. Literally, we've probably explored 3% of the ocean that we know of. We don't know what the fuck is actually down there. We don't know how many, we don't know if sea monsters exist. You don't know that. There could literally be a fucking 100 and some odd foot shark type creature that could fucking destroy any ship that just lurks at the bottom of the fucking Marianas Trench. You don't know what the fuck goes on down there. There's only been like 2 or 3 people that's ever gone down to Marianas Trench.
The giant squid, bro. Whew, that is screwed up, dog. Like there'll be blue whales, or some type of whales. They'd be coming back up from lower depths, and they'd be coming back with these crazy scars on their heads because they just like.
Yeah, they battle it out.
They have razor sharp claws on their tentacles, on the giant squid. Like
they basically have these fucking teeth, these goddamn dagger teeth on their tentacles, and that's pretty much what I believe a kraken is. What the fucking sailors and pirates used to depict out in their stories and shit of them getting attacked by krakens, their whole ships getting dragged to the bottom of the sea, everybody fucking dying. You never know, a whole giant squid, I believe, could definitely drag a ship down or at least destroy it to the point it sinks. Fucking very possible. The suction cups on those bitches could fucking rip a door off its hinges. It could fucking use its claws and kill everyone on board just by slapping them with it.
If I was in like you know how big are those ships that have containers on them? Cargo ships.
Yeah.
Oh my god! If I was on one of those and a giant kraken, just like I just see a giant tentacle go over like the the bow of the boat and just dip it in the water a little and be like, whoa.
I would instantly just fucking jump in the water and inhale immediately. I would jump in the water and just inhale.
What about a gun?
And suck in the water, and I would just sit there and just fucking drown.
Yeah, but what if it was like a one-time thing and everyone survived? Everyone was just like, "Whoa, that was crazy!" And Mark, you literally just jumped off the boat and you're like, you gave up.
Imagine that. I'm just fucking standing there, and all of a sudden I just see him, thing grabs the boat, and I just go, "Oh my god!" I just leap straight over the edge, go in, inhale, and I'm sitting there, I'm real fucking like seizing out bad, and all of a sudden like the thing just like takes its tentacles and just drags it back into the water, and everyone's like, "Whew, that was close." And all of a sudden they look over and they're like, "Mark, what are you doing? What are you doing overboard? Get back in the boat." And they're like, "Wait a second, he's not moving.
He's dead."
He was just spazzing out a second ago." And they're like, "Oh man."
Oh.
Yeah, he's a goner. Leave him for bait. We gotta feed the fishes somehow.
Listeners, wanna know what's fucked? That me and Mark we were watching a video on earlier. All right, so there's what was that word for? It starts with an N. You can get
Narcosis.
You can get narcosis, and that's like getting drunk because your brain is under so much pressure and lack of oxygen underwater. You know, there's something with a nitric. There's something with
like the hydrogen. I'm pretty sure it was.
No, nitrogen.
Something they used to breathe.
The oxygen gets nitrite. I don't know the word, but it's nitrided or whatever. That's I don't know the chemical word. I'm an absolute idiot.
They use it to breathe, whatever the fuck.
Their oxygen tanks, and they get sitting underwater, and there's like a reaction, and you start. At 60 meters, I believe, you're 4 glasses of wine in.
Pretty close to it. You're definitely gonna be fucking.
Or like no, you're 4 drinks in. 4 drinks.
Represented on a map that could not be accurate. I'm pretty sure it's going to be like pounding an entire case of beer. Would probably be like if you're at 60 meters down. Because you start getting fucked up in the head and you don't know where you're going. You're just sort of like thinking up is down and down is up. And you're just getting all disoriented. Next thing you know, you're fucking drowning. I literally just watched a video a couple of minutes ago. I mean, more like an hour ago, about this dude that was scuba diving. Next thing you know, goes a little too far than he should have. And he didn't have the specific oxygen tank that was required to that had this like nitrogen / hydrogen, whatever chemical inside of it, to help him breathe at those depths. He didn't fucking take that with him. He didn't know what he was doing. Next thing you know, he gets so disoriented and goes down because of narcosis. He just drowns. I'm pretty sure he ends up taking off his oxygen mask at one point. And he just starts fucking inhaling water. Pretty fucked up shit.
Yeah, I don't know why he did that. That's what they said he did. And he was seasoned out and everything. Like, apparently his judgment got fucked and he just went to the bottom and he was sitting there. He was getting weird and he was like at like
he was
at a floor area and you could see he just stopped descending at 100 meters or 100 feet and he just stayed there. Whoa. And we were watching a video earlier of a guy who took his mask off down there and apparently at 100 meters or 100 feet, I don't know which one it is, but it's one of those. You have to, 10 minutes is a safe descent up. Ascent. I don't know what the word is. Ascent up. And apparently some guy took off his mask. Took off his mask. And his buddy in the water rushed him up in 1 minute. From 100 meters or 100 feet. I don't know which one.
It was 100 feet.
Yeah, that's fucked.
Yep.
Imagine grabbing your boy while he's going, like holding his breath for 1 whole minute. That's crazy.
That requires like a Navy SEAL. But yeah, I'm going to end the podcast here. This is going to be the end of episode 1. And we're going to take the further podcasts in the future and have it on the Hypocrite Podcast YouTube channel. The link will be in below of the going straight to the channel. I'll link you down to it. So you'll be able to find your way there. You just go down to the description. It won't be there right away. It will more than likely though be there by the time you're hearing this. Because obviously there's not going to be people going there fucking like frantic going to click it right now because obviously this is the first one. So yeah, just expect no more podcasts on this YouTube channel. Go to the Hypocrite Podcast YouTube channel and you'll find yourself there. Have a good one. This is the end of episode
Wait,
1.
wait, wait. Let me say my goodbyes. Mark. Okay, so yeah, this is gonna be on on the Hypocrite Podcast. Subscribe to that channel, like it up, and if you guys comment anything, and if we could probably get local guests on here if you guys start supporting well enough that, like, honestly, I don't really care about subscribers. That's what I'm talking about. I just want to have conversations with people. That's all I want. I like talking. I want to have these conversations. I want to have opportunities open up for me, and if you can help me and Mark out and just join the journey with us, that'd be so appreciated. So, and yep, that's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna keep it at that. So, thank you very much. Have a good day. Peace out.
Have a go.